qualifying session.
Audio check, audio check. Audio check, audio check. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel for the final time, possibly ever, here with the Clio Cup. We're racing the GT5s next season on a Monday night here on Project Cars 2, so this could be the final ever Clio Cup race that you ever see on the Motive Racing channel here on Project Cars 2. As we're underway, coming down towards turn 1 at racing speeds for the first time. It's Bolito leading, obviously was leading on the due to the reverse grid based on the championship standings on that formation lap. We've got Chasco in second with Big Blue there in third place. Archie there in fourth ahead of our Charlie Goff, followed by Aussie, Smokey, Pop Hooper and Nick DeVilla. And you've got John Boy, Iceman, Mike and Granad C at the back right now, as Iceman seems to have found his way through ahead of Nick DeVilla up into 10th place. And there's a position change going on between those two, but it's still side by side coming down towards Degner 1. I think Iceman's going to have that, Mike's going to have that one done actually on Nick DeVilla, so it was Mike Gaming there getting ahead of Nick DeVilla up into 11th place, so good move there from him. Battle for the lead currently, we've got Bolito, but Chasco's looking for the inside and just tags him a little bit there, and Chasco's just pushed Bolito around a little bit there as they come into the chicane. Oh, Bolito tags Big Blue as Big Blue is trying to go around the outside of him, and Bolito's facing the wrong way, and where's Big Blue ended up in all this? He's off on the, no, that's, yeah, it was Big Blue who was on the grass in the wall, so nightmare there for both of those two, Big Blue and Bolito down to the back of the pack, but it's Chasco leading ahead of Archie, followed by Aussie Albie. You've got Smokey there just behind Aussie, but Aussie a massive slide there as they came through Degner. You've got John Boy on the back of them, followed by Iceman, and Mike is currently closing up onto the front pack here as well, so he's had a very quick start to this race. But Mike is on the back of Iceman here and looking to try and make some more gains here. Mike Gaming's had some scorching pace over the course of tonight in the practice sessions, so he's going to be looking to bring his way into to the front of this pack and try and get another win this season. Mike Gaming's already wrapped up the championship for season 13. He's the season 11, season 12 and season 13 champion of the Clio Cup. Can he get a win here in the final ever Clio Cup night? Potentially, or potentially ever, but definitely going to be for the foreseeable future anyway, as we're going to be racing in the GT5s next season. The Ginettas, the G40 cars, they are absolutely fantastic cars to race with. Close, clean and fair racing we've seen in them, and we've raced them over the years before, but yeah, we're going to be racing those on a Monday night, so check that out guys, because that will be absolutely brilliant. If you're interested in joining those, then go to www.motiveracing.com as well. But here we come down towards Spoon Curb for the second time at racing speeds, and Chasco's opened up a bit of a gap out the front. He looks to be pretty settled here in this race so far. Big Blue and Bolito running well off for the rest of them there in 12th and 13th places. They have not had the opening stages to this race at all, that is for sure. But we got Robert Rowlonsky there in the comments saying Tokyo Drift. He says in regards to Aussie Albie's slide there coming through Spoon on the previous lap. Oh, we don't want to leave the session. My goodness, we've done that a couple of times by accident. As Aussie here looking to the inside of Archie coming in towards 130R. Can he get this done? Archie's going to try and hold it around the outside and the inside. There's Smokey Devil, who's going to try and pick Archie off. Archie ever so wide, loses out to Smokey, and Smokey getting up the inside of Aussie here. So Smokey Devil making two positions in the space of a corner as John Boy try to go around the outside here of Archie. Goes a bit wide onto the grass there. Does John Boy? Does he keep it around the outside of Archie? He's still there, and he does get the move done up into fourth place. And Mike Gaming's now trying to follow him through here as well. So Archie could lose a couple of places here coming down towards Degner 1. He has lost those places. Archie down to P6. John Boy and Mike continuing to cut their way through the pack like a hot knife through butter here as Mike John Boy massive slide there as they came on the exit of Degner 2, but he stays in front of Mike for the time being. Mike's still pushing him along right now. That was close to tears there as in the foreground there's Aussie Albie going over the grass. So Aussie Albie not having the a great moment just there as here we go, we're going to be side by side here between Aussie and John Boy coming down towards Spoon. And can John Boy get around Aussie here? Aussie's going to hold the inside. John Boy's trying to go all the way round the long way here. You can see there that Aussie's keeping himself on the inside, but John Boy should have to run here coming down onto the start finish straight. As in the background there, Mike's trying to force his way through. He's trying to squeeze through the gap, but he can't do it. But they're coming down the start finish straight here. Mike just pushing him along right now as they're coming down towards 130 on. Mike Gaming's got nowhere to go. He's boxed in. So is Iceman. So is Archie. They've got nowhere to go here. Who's going to have to back out? This somebody surely is. As John Boy very wide there gets a bit of a lock up there as he tries to get the car turned in, but he manages to hold it on the head of Aussie Albie. But you've got Mike, Iceman, Park Pooper all filing through the shot there. Iceman briefly managed to get ahead of Mike, but Mike comes out on top in that battle. In the background, Park Pooper X has managed to get ahead of Archie as well. So Park Pooper up into 7th place. But what a battle this is, currently for 3rd place in this race. It's John Boy who has a bit of a slide there coming through Degner 2. Oh, and Aussie, look at that. Aussie onto the gravel, almost hitting the wall there as they came out of Degner 2. He loses out to Iceman as well, and Park Pooper's trying to go around the outside of him.
Archie.
Yes. So Chasco leading the race by just under a second right now. There's Smokey, there's John Boy. Mike Gaming ahead of Iceman. You've got Park Pooper who's just moving ahead of Aussie here as they're coming down towards Spoon Curve. Aussie's trying to keep it on the inside there. Is he going to be able to send it up the inside? I think he is. Bit of a slide there, but he gets it done up into 6th place as they come through Spoon Curve and around the final corner here, about to complete lap 5 of the race. But Chasco leads the race by just under a second. There's Smokey, there's John Boy, there's Mike. Mike currently in the slipstream of John Boy, trying to get himself into a podium place here if he can, but so far hasn't been able to. We've got a couple of comments here on the stream. We've got Glenn also in the comments saying evening all, welcome along Glenn, good to see you as always. But Chasco, Smokey, John Boy, Mike, the top 4, and they're gapping the rest of them here. You've got currently a big battle going on here as they're going into turn 1. You've got Park Pooper ahead of Archie and Nick the Villa, who's now joining this battle as well. But it's going all the way from Iceman down to Archie here. Iceman, Aussie, Park Pooper and Archie. Iceman dropping off at the pace of John Boy and Mike, which is surprising because usually he's a match for those two, but not tonight by the looks of it. Not around this circuit, or at least not at this stage of the race anyway. Chasco still leads, Smokey all over the back of him. John Boy almost giving Smokey a bit of a tap there as he came through the chicane, but nowhere to go. And now Mike's looking to try and line up John Boy. John Boy's going to have to defend here coming up down towards Spoon. He's well aware that Mike's looking up his inside and trying to go for a space. John Boy here can't go anywhere. Smokey there holds the inside coming through Spoon, maintains 2nd place as Mike's there to come to the inside. John Boy got a bit of a poor run there through Spoon. Mike did not need a second invitation there, moves us up into 3rd, but John Boy they're going to get a better exit out of Spoon Curve out onto the start finish straight once again. John Boy's got that move back done again, and he's now looking on the inside of Smokey as well down the start finish straight over the line to complete lap 6 we go. Iceman is now closed up onto these guys whilst they're battling and holding each other up. He's looking around the outside of Mike, but Mike's going to have the inside for 130R. But in fact, Iceman's done a great job there of getting it around the outside and keeping it there. And he's going to have the inside for turn 2 essentially. Oh, it's John Boy very wide there coming out of turn 1. Keeps it on the track. Smokey, Iceman, Mike Gaming still right there with him. Aussie and Park Pooper are actually bringing themselves closer to this sort of pack of cars battling over the podiums right now. So they're just sort of chipping away at this gap. Emma in the comments saying, have a great final round guys, looking forward to the GT5s. Absolutely Emma, we raced them a few seasons ago on Friday nights, and next season we are going to be racing the G40 Ginettas on Monday night, so that's going to be very exciting to see. They are some excellent rear-wheel drive machines, not like the front-wheel drive Clios, very different kettle of fish, but definitely similar sort of racing that you see with them. But John Boy looking at the inside of Chasko coming into the spoon curve, but can't get anything done at the moment. But John Boy now ahead of Smokey in second place. Mike down in fifth place behind Iceman, so he's not had the start to this race that I think he would have wanted here. Mike Gaming's going to get a run here, and he's actually got ahead of Iceman. Iceman has lost out to Mike and Ozzy. So Ozzy's looking to the outside here of Mike Gaming coming down towards 130R. He's going to try and tuck in here. Mike's still there, but Ozzy does squeeze ahead coming through 130R up into fourth place. But this is the battle for the lead. Currently John Boy's in the lead, so he's got ahead of Chasko. Chasko's lost out to Smokey as well. Oh, in the background there, Archie bins it. Archie's lost it there into the wall, and he's going to have to wait, I think, for Charlie. No, he just gets it back on the track before Charlie comes up on the scene. So Archie there down to 10th place, and Charlie there moving through up into 9th. But Archie there losing a load of time there. He's now 10 seconds off for the lead of John Boy, so he's had an absolute horror show there. But John Boy gapping Smokey by over a second. Chasko has now got a pack of cars behind him. Ozzy, as Mike gets a bit of a tap there from Iceman. Iceman getting a bit feisty there as it came through the corner before the chicane. But it's still John Boy out the front by just under 2 seconds. There's Smokey, there's Chasko, there's Ozzy, there's Mike. And there they all come through your shot right now. 8 cars separated by 4 seconds here in this final ever Clio Cup race here at Motive for the first race of the night, for race 1 of 3. Race 22 of 24 for the entire season. And obviously this will be the you know, in every single Project Cars 2 season that we've had here at Motive, we've had a Clio Cup in the season. And obviously next season will be unique in the fact that for the first season we haven't had a Clio Cup at the start of a season. So we've done 13 seasons on Project Cars 2, and yeah, next season will be the first one that we start without a Clio Cup. But in the background there you can see that Nick Lahula going a bit wide there coming out of 130R, but keeping on the back of this pack right now. But John Boy is gapping these guys by quite a bit as well. He's over 2 seconds clear of John Boy. Sorry, Smokey. John Boy's 2 seconds clear of John Boy. John Boy's 2 seconds clear of Smokey. Mike's got ahead of Chasko up into 4th. Chasko's losing places here. He's got a pack of angry drivers behind him waiting to pick him off here, as Mike there running a bit wide. But Chasko, Iceman, there's Park Pooper and Nick Lahula on the back of this pack right now. 5 seconds between the top 8, but John Boy looking to be in cruise control. He's in a class of his own in this at this stage in the race. Smokey there ahead of Ozzy. There they all come through. My Gaming needs to clear these guys quickly though, because currently John Boy is riding off into the sunset with this race win.
Where is he?
He's there. There he is.
Is he winning?
Yeah, by 3 seconds. Smokey there's still running in second place. Ozzy Albi and Mike Gaming keeping him on his toes at the moment. This is the battle for the podium places here. Mike Gaming looking to try and make a move as Ozzy makes a late move to defend the position coming into turn 1. Mike has to swerve across the track to avoid him when he goes onto the grass to the bit, tucks onto the dirt on the inside of the curb there coming through turn 1. Coming down towards turn 2, here we go. Mike coming up to the inside, but he's too far back. Iceman here looking on the back of Chasko, but Chasko covers him off there coming into turn 1. Nothing doing between those guys right now, as Mike has got ahead of Ozzy coming down towards Degna 1. Does he get the move completed? He's on the inside. This is a tricky part of the track to overtake because you do actually get a lot of speed being on the outside, but Mike Gaming does get that one done up into 3rd place. Can now focus his attention on Smokey Devil, who's running in 2nd place in this race. Big Blue's currently running in 11th place at the moment. He's in between. He's in the battle right now with Archie, Nick, Charlie, and Granada Stee. And Nick Lahula has had a nightmare because he's now down in 9th place. So I didn't see what happened to him, but he's got damage on the car, which is obviously going to be affecting his performance a little bit. At this point, as Charlie straight on there over the chicane, did not get a good run through there at all. That'll be a frustrating little moment there for him. As Big Blue and Granite Stee are going to be side by side, maybe into Spoon, but Granite Stee a little bit too far back to make it happen at the moment, and has to tuck it for the time being. That's Big Blue there. Look, there he is. But it's currently John Boy out the front by nearly 6 seconds here in this race. You've got Chasko there running in 2nd place ahead of Iceman. You can see these two coming down towards turn 2 right now. There's Park Pooper running in 4th place, a few seconds clear of Smokey Devil, who's got a few seconds back to Mike and Archie, who are currently locked horns here, as you've got a load of them all packed into a short space here. And what's going to happen here with Ozzy and Charlie side by side into turn 2, as Ozzy really wide there onto the grass. Charlie squeezes through there up into 9th place. Now Big Blue's going to be attacking on the back of Ozzy as well. So lots of drivers packed into a short space here, and somebody's lagging in the foreground there. Not sure who that was. Hopefully their internet's all right, and it'll be no dramas from here to the end of this race. Oh, you're right. You're right. There are there? Still Mike out leading this pack of cars here in the battle for 6th place, but Mike Gaming, I tell you what, he must have dropped it somewhere because he's down in P6, so we didn't see what happened there to Mike. But the champion-elect of this season, and obviously a 3-time champion now of the Clio Cup Automotive, is having a real struggle here in this first race of the night. He's still got Archie on the back of him, Nick the Villa and Charlie still right there with him as well, with Aussie, Big Blue and Grandad Steve on the back of this pack. But it's currently a 7-car train here fighting over 6th, but in fact Mike's now starting to gap Archie a little bit. Archie and Nick have got about a second back to Charlie Goff, so Charlie's got work to do if he wants to bring himself into that fight. But this is the battle for 2nd place right now between Iceman, Chasco and Park Pooper. Yes, of course. But this is the battle right now. All Park Pooper wide there out of turn 1 onto the grass a little bit. Not having a great run coming through that part of the track. He's lost a bit of time here to Iceman and Chasco as a result, as those two coming down through the Degna 1 at this point. But these guys are 9 seconds behind John Boy, and John Boy is absolutely flying here in this first race of the night. He made light work of getting himself into the lead. He's racing on a stable setup here as John Boy. Obviously he made the point of saying that he's on a stable setup because usually he goes on a loose setup, but around this track he says that the stable setup is absolutely planted. And currently he's got over a 10-second gap right now over Chasco, so he is in dominant form right now is John Boy. Chasco there just ahead of Park Pooper and Iceman as these two are side by side, and Iceman makes the move down the inside there through Spoon up into 3rd place, and he can now focus his attention on Chasco, who's just a second or two up the road there in 2nd place. But Park Pooper might try and come back at Iceman here. He's in the slipstream, but Iceman's got better straight line speed. He's got a better exit out onto the start finish straight, and Iceman will have that 3rd place done for now. There's Smokey ahead of Mike. Archie there running in 7th place ahead of Nick the Villa, followed by Charlie Goff, who's ahead of Aussie Albie. Big Blue there trying to attack on the back of Aussie as they're coming down through 130R once again. Aussie there just blocking any potential threat for Big Blue as Aussie's lost it there coming through 130R, spins out onto the runoff area, and he is now down to 12th place, and he is tumbling away from any sort of battles here in this race. What a shame there for Aussie Albie. Big Blue's dropped it as well by the looks of it. What's happened to Big Blue? Has he... Oh, Big Blue's dropped it coming into turn 2. Oh no, so Big Blue there really struggling here in this one. He has lost a load of places here and is currently nowhere to be seen in this battle. So he's now behind Aussie as this battle for 6th place still rages on, but there's now just the 5 of them involved in it instead of the 7 of them. Mike's now pulling away from this battle, but this is currently the fight here for 6th place. 6th all the way down to 10th place. You've got Smokey, Archie, Charlie, Nick and Grandad Steve. Steve's looking to the inside of Nick the Villa in towards Spoon corner, and he makes the move there. Beautifully done there from Grandad Steve. Up a position, up into 9th place. Smokey, Archie, Charlie, they're coming through your shot out of Spoon. There's Grandad and Nick the Villa, who are currently coming out onto the start finish straight once again. Chasco and Iceman and Park Pooper in a battle here for 2nd place. This is for the podium places. These guys well clear of Mike running in 5th. Shouldn't have too much of a threat from him at the end of this race. But here they come in towards turn 2 as Chasco goes a bit deep. And Iceman's looking underneath him here, but he can't get it done coming into turn 3. As Iceman's now got Park Pooper attacking on him here down towards Degna 1. But he should be able to hold on here and keep on to 3rd place for now. But Chasco here coming under increasing pressure. Obviously driving a cracker of a race here in this first race of the night. You've got to say, what a performance from Chasco so far here in this one. But he's still got these guys just behind him right now. Mike there running in 5th place. He's got a couple of seconds back to this battle here with Archie, Smokey, Charlie and Grandad Steve. Nick the Villa also on the back of this back as well in this battle for 6th place. Long way back to Aussie Albie and Big Blue, who have made their mistakes that we both saw. And Belito running in 13th place, but starting to get into a bit of rhythm here. His lap time is not a million miles now off of the others guys, so in the 2nd race I think that we might be seeing Belito in there or thereabouts doing, you know, he's not going to be too far away, he's getting there certainly. But John Boy here coming into turn 1 here for the 15th time. We've got 3 laps left to go here at Sakitto for the first race of the night. We've currently got Chasco still ahead of Iceman, Park Pooper there in 4th, and there's Mike Gaming who's reeling these guys in. I tell you what, I wouldn't rule out Mike Gaming getting onto the podium here. He's about 4-5 seconds off of podium place, so who knows where Mike Gaming might be able to get to here in this one. He's currently really getting the laps down at the moment, and yeah, could be in with a shout here of a podium place if he continues to keep up this sort of momentum here. But there is Chasko, Iceman and Parpooper coming down towards Degner 1 here for the 50th time. We've got 2.5 laps left to go in this race. They've got a few seconds back to Mike Gaming, who's running there in P5. Archie there in 6th at the moment. It's got Charlie Goff on the back of him. It's always Archie there rattling over the curb coming through Degner 1. But they're all keeping it nice and tidy at the moment. As we can see there, Steve looking at the inside of Smoky Devil as they come through into the chicane once again. But dramatic stuff here tonight for the first race of the night. John Boy has a 14-second lead here in this first race of the night, so he is absolutely running away with this. What performance from John Boy in this first race of the night. Can he keep this up? He knows he's in a battle for second in the championship with Iceman, and he's currently going to be taking points off of Iceman here in this first race. But can he continue to do so over the course of tonight? Chasko there on the inside of Iceman, still keeping on to second, but Iceman's got a great cutback there coming through turn 1 into 2 we go. Chasko there just keeping it on the outside, bit of contact there between the two of them. Iceman's going to have to try and tuck in and defend here from Parpooper, who's trying to attack it coming down towards Degner 1. But Chasko there keeping on to second place by the skin of his teeth, and Parpooper doesn't have enough of a run here on Iceman into Degner 2, and Iceman holds on for third place, but obviously losing points to his rival for second in the championship, John Boy. Big Blue's coming into the pits here at the end of lap 16, so what is going on there with Big Blue? I'm not sure. Or lap 15 for him, but he's coming into the pits, so very late to be coming in for damage repairs. Not much point really at this stage, but nonetheless he's coming to the pits. As we can see, John Boy just starting the final lap. He's just got a lapped car in front of him. That's Belito. Well, he's not lapped, but he will be in a second. But yeah, Belito will hopefully move aside and allow John Boy to continue on his way without too many drivers. Oh, John Boy! Ho, 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 ho. He's got nearly a 15-second lead out the front, but I tell you what, he may have seen all of his hard work flashing before his eyes there. I tell you what, if he had ended up in the wall, that could have been a nail-biting final lap. But John Boy here, still behind Belito, will just be biding his time here. He knows he doesn't have to overtake him. He can just cruise around this final lap and he will take the win relatively comfortably. But you've got Iceman in second, so he's got ahead of Chasko up into second place. Can Chasko hold on for a podium here? I don't know if it'll be his first podium. I think it might be his first podium if he can hold on here on this final lap, and what a result that would be for him. Imagine he'll be quite gutted that we're switching to the GT5s next season, because he seems to have really come of age in these Clios at the right moment. We're right at the end of the season here, as Parker is still trying to attack on him, throwing the actual kitchen sink at him here. But John Boy coming into Spoon for the final time here in race 1, and what a drive it's been from him. He has been in cruise control. He has been the dominant force. Nobody's been able to hang with John Boy here in this first race of the night. He comes up towards the line. The man who is a champion of the Clio Cup and a 2-time champion of the touring car division here at Motive is going to take the first win of the night, and looking set to well on his way to taking second in the championship over this man Iceman if he continues to drive the way he is here. Iceman comes over to take second place ahead of Chasko, who just holds on ahead of Barbie for third. Mike over in fifth there behind those guys. Charlie Goff is coming up towards the line, and it's going to be a 6th place finish here in the end for Charlie Goff, as Grandad Steve comes up towards the line to finish this one in 7th. Smoky Devil comes over in 8th place in the end, ahead of Aussie Owie, who finishes in 9th, with Nick the Villa over in 10th place. Archie finishes this one in 11th place, and the other two are lapped down there. So that was that for the first race of the night, guys. Stick around, we'll be back very, very shortly for the second one. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the second race of the night here for the Clio Cup. The final Clio Cup race, the final Clio Cup round here at Motive Racing, possibly that we ever have. We've done 13 seasons of the Clio Cup here on Project Cars 2 at Motive, but obviously we only race 2 nights a week on Project Cars 2 nowadays. With the game not being on sale and not as many people playing it, 2 nights a week is probably, I think, the right amount to be racing on it. With other titles like ACC taking centre stage nowadays here at Motive, but nonetheless, you know, we're going to be racing the GT5s next season on Monday instead of the Clio Cup, and the touring cars are going to be sticking around on Thursday night as well. But obviously the Clio Cup, it's been a staple, it's been part of the DNA in our Project Cars 2 leagues here at Motive. It used to race on a Tuesday, and then we stopped racing on Project Cars 2 for about a year or so. Came back, put the Clio Cup on a Monday night, but every time that there's been Project Cars 2 leagues at Motive, the Clio Cup has always been part of it. But tonight could be the final ever Clio Cup night. I know I'm sounding soppy and I'm sounding a little bit sentimental, but yeah, it's quite a big thing, because the Clio Cup was one of the founding sort of divisions here at Motive, you know, when it started out on a Tuesday night. So yeah, it's big night tonight, but yeah, we're here for the second qualifying session of the night. The only non-reverse grid that we have on the here for the Clio Cup. Obviously, race 1 is a reverse grid based on the championship standings. Race 3 is a reverse grid based on the results from race 2. The middle race is the only qualifying session that we have. It's the only chance for the drivers to really show who's got the raw pace, who's got the talent, who's got the ultimate speed over one lap. And yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how this all develops. But we've got John Boy currently setting the fastest time there on a 1:16.7. We know that Mike and John Boy both, well, more than capable of getting in the 1:15s, and there we go, look at that, Mike Gaming a 1:15.9, so he goes and does it there. Big Blue doing a very solid time there of a 16.6. Charlie Goff has gone into 4th on a 17 dead. Granite Steve P5 currently just under 2 seconds off of the fastest time. Nick Levilla's out there. You've got Chasco in the pits at the moment. Archie's currently done the time good enough for 8th place. Iceman 9th. We know that we'll be seeing him improving over the course of this session, that is for sure. Aussie Albie out there as well, but yeah, we're going to be seeing the times coming in thick and fast right at the end of the session, because only a 5-minute qualifying, so not much time for everybody to really get themselves ready and into gear. Mike Gaming is 6/10 up on his 1:15.9, which is currently the fastest time in this session. John Boy, the runaway winner in the first race of the night. Can he carry on that sort of form here throughout the next 2 races? But Mike Gaming absolutely flying here as he's coming through Spoon. And is this going to be a low 15? Could it even be a 1:14 from Mike? He's been knocking on the door of it. He's been in the low 15s over the course of tonight. What is this lap time going to be for Mike Gaming as he comes over the line? It's a 15.5, so he lost time there through the final sector. Iceman's gone into second, 10th of a second ahead of Big Blue. Can Big Blue improve and nab that front row spot back? No, he can't. He's a 10th off of his personal best there. John Boy, what about him? He's coming through into Spoon Curve now. He's currently sat on a 1:16.7, just over a second off of Mike Gaming's fastest time here as he comes through Spoon, staying off the curb, being cautious, sliding it in, not being too aggressive, being very smooth there on his inputs as he comes out of the final corner and up towards the line. What is it going to be for John Boy? Currently 4th in this qualifying session. Can he improve and get himself on the front row? No, he can't. Stays in 4th for the time being. Who else is out there? We've got Chasco there, goes 9th. The man who finished in 3rd place in the first race. What a result that was for him. Can he get another strong result here in this one? Chasco is disconnected. And in fact, everybody's disconnecting. What's going on here? Chasco and Smokey have disconnected. Well, that's 2 drivers. Yeah, that's 2 drivers. So we're gonna... yeah, we better restart. Yeah, so what we're going to do here, we're going to restart the session. I'm just going to wait for the qualifying to finish, and then we'll get the results and we'll go with that. Obviously I don't know where Chesco and Smokey were on the leaderboard, so they'll have to start from the back. So Park Hooper was 11th. Alright, good order. It will be. Oh shit. We're not going to do an extra lap. There's no point. We just need to get on with it. So Mike P1, Iceman P2, John Boy P3, Big Blue P4, Nick P5, Charlie P6, Grandad Steve P7, Archie P8, Ozzy P9, Bolito P10, Parker P11, Chesco P12, Smokey P13, don't worry about it, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, manual formation, yeah. Yeah, when John Boy joins, just tell him he's P3, guys. Oh, I can't start it because it'll go straight into race and he won't be able to. Oh, John Boy's here. Oh shit, John Boy's here. Oh, I thought he'd have to restart his game. I was thinking it would have to be John Boy's not here because he's the one who has to restart his game. No, he's not here then. Who's not here? Oh, it's Grandad Steve. He's not here. Oh, okay, right. Well, Grandad's not going to be racing then. I did. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Hold on, one sec. Pretty sure I did. I'll give him 30 seconds to join. Oh, has he gone on Battlefield? Oh. Ah, okay. Alright then. Cool.
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Sorry?
Huh?
Sorry? What did you say?
Will you read that?
Yeah.
Is that?
Sorry, it's a wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a... What's it called? Like a London Eye type of wheel, but a much smaller version of it.
That's much
It's
smaller.
a Ferris wheel. Yeah, it's a Ferris wheel.
I'm hungry.
Actually, to be fair, it probably isn't that much smaller than the London Eye. It's probably about the same size. Because it's got to see over a whole track. Are you okay?
I'm hungry.
Why don't you get some food?
I can't.
What do you mean? Who do you want to win? Oh no. It's been a disaster.
The purple ones. Who do you want to win?
Oh no.
What?
Oh no. Oh no.
Why?
Not
What's the
everyone's here.
matter?
Oh no.
What's the matter?
For God's sake.
Was it my fault?
No, it's not your fault.
Which one?
Wait, can you boys hear me? Oh, usually you can't when I'm on race director mode. It's weird. Oh, I can hear everyone and no one can hear each other. Everyone can hear me. I can hear everyone and everyone can hear me. I can hear all of you and none of you can hear each other. Oh my god. All of you are literally telling me to call each other cunts and I'm just saying like, what?
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Oh my god, this is a nightmare. I think we should probably just do one race. Should we just do one? I think we should do one race, one longer race rather than two more because this is like dragging on.
Is that my fault?
Oh, one sec, one sec. Oh dear. Oh no. We're a bit of a disaster now. It's all going wrong.
Oh, is it because of me?
No, it's not because of you. Why don't you? Because of you. What have you done? You've done nothing wrong, have you? Yeah? You've done nothing at all.
Archie. Have you seen Rainy lately?
Not for about a couple of weeks.
Is she alright?
I've no reason to think she isn't.
Well, one of her grandchildren's names is Archie.
Oh, I see.
One of Claire's.
Yeah. Hello. Right, what I'm gonna... You guys might want to start, you know, that party chat. Because you're not going to be able to hear each other. Can you say Big Blue?
Big Blue.
There we go.
Big Blue Grandad.
Big Blue Grandad.
Who's that person at the bottom with that funny...
Oh, that's Archie.
face?
He's got the turd. Yeah, his picture's a turd.
Pictures of a turd.
Yeah, his picture's a turd. That's his profile picture.
Oh, it's a pop of poo.
It's a poo, yeah, look, it's a poo. You can see it's a poo. It's a dollop of poo.
Who made him pooey?
It's a soft dollop of poo.
Part Pooper Rex. Is that who?
Sorry, what's that about Papu Rex? Well, he'll wait a few months before he does it. Oh, I've got your package now. I've just fucking got. I'm trying to like make my peace with having to pay fucking 20 quid to send it. Oh my god. Oh no, my controller's on the floor. Oh fuck. Went bam on the floor.
This is gonna be a fun one.
Right, 5-minute quality.
Because my tire barrel was at half at the end of the last race, so this is double the length.
It's not quite double. I mean, it nearly is. It's like 1.5 times what we did.
Now I have to do commentary, lad.
Hey, we can hear each other still.
No, you guys can't hear each other, can you? Can you guys hear each other? Oh yeah, 'cause it's quality. Oh, you can't hear me now.
Fucking hope not. It was hilarious. I looked, I just saw the line through all the microphones. I was like, shit.
So 5 minutes qualifying into a 25 lap race.
Oh, I hope you have a smashing good run.
I hope not.
Why are you doing that? Don't you think that's good? Come on, let me know.
I hope we have all up last of the race. Just have fun. Last time. Last time in the Clios.
Where's he gone? No. Oh no.
If they hurry up, they can get back in, but if they keep getting
Hey, Benito, teammates.
yeah.
Oh, you could already have hey. Oh no. How did you get the penalty? Did you speed in the pit lane? Qualify, you can still get to the front. Ozzy, come on, quick.
I'm not getting in. Oh, hang on, I'm not.
You are.
Well,
It's a 3 minutes through. You won't stop.
I'm gonna get disconnected again.
No, you won't. Go on.
Yeah.
Hey, try it. Try it. Just try it.
It's already happened twice now. 3 times.
20 seconds. 26. Fine. Just till 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a short lap. Do that, you get 8 to be fair.
That's 3 laps. The two of you that got disconnected with both doing that.
Over. Somebody leaves now, they're out.
Alright. Who is the other person that got disconnected? Smell?
Let's go.
Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the second race here for the Clio Cup tonight at Motive. This is going to be the final race. We had a few technical difficulties and disconnections, some server issues I think. So we're going to just do one slightly longer race instead of doing the 3 race format. So it's going to be kind of like our old format in the sense of a sprint and a feature race, except that there's going to be no mandatory pit stop in this feature race. It's just going to be a straight out race to the lines. It's going to be a longer sprint race essentially for this final race of the Clio Cup. End of an era, because the Clio Cup's always been here at Motive on Project Cars 2 ever since the beginning, but tonight will be the final ever time that we see the Clios on track here at Motive, and it's been an incredible 13 seasons here on the Clio Cup. We've seen 2 3-time champions. I'm going to try and name all of the champions, and I probably will end up missing out on one, but I'm going to try. So I just want to say congratulations to JL Lock and Load, who took the Season 1 championship, Motoring Morgan, Season 2, Motoring Morgan Season 3, Only G Season 4, Motoring Morgan Season 5, Season 6, oh god, now we're getting into difficult territory here. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's getting difficult now. I'm going to say, oh god, no, I'm lost. No, I'm lost. No, I'm lost. I'm sure Motoring Morgan didn't win it more than twice. I'm sure he didn't. No, I'm lost. No, sorry. I'm going to restart. Season 1 was JR Lock and Load. Season 2 was Smithy. Smithy won it in Season 2. Season 3, Motoring Morgan. Season 4, Only G. Season 5, Motoring Morgan. Season 6 was Motoring Morgan again. Season 7 I think was Only G. Season 8 and 9 I think we started the seasons, but Season 8 and 9 were both we didn't finish in those seasons, so we started the seasons but didn't finish them. Season 10 John Boy, Season 11 Mike, Season 12 Mike, Season 13 Mike. I think that's it. I think I've just got it there. So Season 1 JR Lock and Load, Season 2 Smithy, Season 3 Motoring Morgan, Season 4 Only G, Season 5 Motoring Morgan, Season 6 Motoring Morgan, Season 7 Only G, Season 8 and 9 we both didn't finish those seasons, Season 10 John Boy, Season 11, 12 and 13 Mike Gaming. There we go, bang, got it. See, I know my Motive racing history, but there we go. Anyway, that is that for the qualifying for the final ever Clio Cup race here at Motive. Mike Gaming there taking pole by a resounding margin as well, 1.3 seconds. What a job there from him. John Boy there in second, just on the front row by a fraction of a second there ahead of Iceman. With Big Blue lining up behind them on the second row in 4th place. So here we are then, guys, for the final ever Clio Cup race here at Motive Racing, and what a 13 seasons it's been. As I said before, we've had many different champions, many different drivers, many different commentators as well for the Clio Cup over the many seasons that we've raced here. I want to thank obviously myself for commentating, as well as Diabetic Lamb aka Honey Badger, DC Russell, as well as Matahimovic, Unorthodox, KLF, Green Pies, many different commentators who have commentated on this series. We're underway though for lap 1 here for the final race of the Clio Cup, and it's John Boy leading us coming down towards 130 Mike Gaming trying to attack it to the inside, but John Boy's going to cover him off as we come through the corner, as Mike Gaming there just pushes Iceman a bit wide. Iceman going off onto the runoff area as we're very congested here. Flash the lights there from Iceman as we come into turn 2, and Iceman just getting a little bit of a slide on the curve. Somebody's wide there onto the grass. That is Part Pooper there getting it horribly wrong, but getting it back onto the track in the path there of I think, or was it Big Blue that went wide? Sorry, it might have been Big Blue that went wide. Running in the same livery. He's changed his livery now, I think. Oh, Smokey loses it coming out of Degna 1. Smokey, I think, onto the gravel. Where has he come out in all of this? Smokey Devil rejoining the track there on the exit Degman 2, just in the path of Bolito. So Smokey having a horror show there. John Boy leading ahead of Iceman. He's got nearly 2 seconds to him already. So John Boy trying to make it 2 from 2 here tonight. As we're only doing 2 races for tonight, down to the fact that we had some technical difficulties, so we're just doing a longer second race as like a feature race kind of thing. But here we are then coming into Spoon Curve for the first time in this race. And we can see them all filing through your shot just there. 8 seconds covering first to 12th place right now. But John Boy making absolute daylight here between himself and everybody else here. Iceman and Mike there separated by 3/10. You've got Charlie ahead of Big Blue. Park Pooper ahead of Ozzy, followed by Nick, Archie, Chasco, Smokey and Belito at the back there, running in 12th place. There is your race leader coming through 130 Ardo, and he ran away with the first race, and I tell you what, he's looking like he's planning on doing the same thing here. Mike Gaming there running in 3rd place. Can he get ahead of Iceman and maybe chase John Boy down there out in front? See rather than John Boy, Iceman, Mike, your top 3. As Charlie there going a bit wide coming through Spoon. Big Blue looking up the inside. Can he get the run here out of Spoon? He does manage to do so, but Charlie's going to the outside. I think Big Blue gets a better run onto the start finish straight. Big Blue moves himself into 4th place. Park Pooper there running all by himself. You've got Ozzy and Nick behind them. Nick changing his livery for this final race of the night. As we got Archie there running it just behind these guys in P9 right now. There's Chasco. Smokey and Belito rounding out the pack here. As into turn 2 we come once again. Pop over there very wide, coming through Spoon, gets a bit of a slide on, but Ozzy and Nick unable to capitalise there as they come out of the last corner. But Mike's really starting to pile the pressure here on Iceman for this battle for 2nd place as we're coming down towards turn 2 again. Iceman just covering the inside line off, not fully defending it, but definitely making him know that that door is shut as John Boy there wide and Iceman there off, and Mike there mugs both of them up into the lead. What a move there from Mike Gaming. Fantastic opportunism there from him as John Boy down to 2nd place and Iceman on the back of this trio again. As these guys a couple of seconds ahead of Charlie running in 4th place. There's Big Blue, Park Pooper, Ozzy there in 7th ahead of Nick Lavilla. But Mike Gaming now your new race leader here. Emma there saying in the comments that Clio Cup's not going out without a fight tonight. Simon Blair saying, let's go Albie. Aussie Albie currently running in 7th place at the moment. Simon doing a decent job. Jazzman says hello. Hello Jazzman. Glenn GT, evening champ. He says to Jazzman. Tier 1 ACC PS4 GT3 champion here at Motive is Jazzman. Mike Gaming still your race leader by just under 6/10 over John Boy at the moment. Iceman's just dropped off at the top 2 a little bit over the course of that last lap there. We see them all fighting through 130R here for the 5th time in this race. Still Mike Gaming ahead of John Boy. Iceman wide onto the grass. And is he going to lose out here to Charlie? Charlie trying to attack on him there, but Iceman just holding on. Good job there from him. Managing to survived there. Park Pooper and Aussie still battling over P6 and 7 at this point. There's Mike and John Boy. There's Iceman a couple of seconds behind them. Charlie just running over the grass. Oh, a big blue there, right straight over the chicane there. Really mowing the lawn quite aggressively there. Mike and John Boy separate by 0.3 of a second. Obviously, Mike managed to get ahead of both John Boy and Iceman when they went wide coming through turn 1, but John Boy's certainly not giving up the ghost in this one. The race winner in race 1 by some margin. Currently trying to put the pressure on our champion-elect, and obviously John Boy as well. If he can finish ahead of Iceman in this one, he will actually take second in the championship. If Iceman finishes ahead of John Boy, it will go to fastest laps, I think, as to who takes the second in the championship. If they're still tied on points after fastest laps, then it will go to whoever's had the most race wins this season. I have a feeling it might be John Boy. I think Iceman's had maybe 2 or 3. I think John Boy's had more than that. I'm not sure. I think John Boy might have had about 4 race wins so far this season. It's gonna be, it'll be close, I'll tell you that much. It's not much between them. But John Boy, as it stands, will take second in the championship, being ahead of Iceman. That is 100% at this point. Charlie still on the back of Iceman. You've got Park Hoover there, just ahead of Aussie. Bit of a lock up there from Park Hoover as he came into Spoon, but Aussie not able to capitalise at the moment. Here come the leaders then over the line here to start lap 7. See here that Nick the Villas to the inside. He's going to have to cover off Big Blue though. He's trying to go around the outside of turn 2. Aussie still attacking on Park Hoover there. So close, almost tapping with the rear. Oh, and Nick's lost it there coming out of turn 1. Nick the Villa had a bit of a moment and he's lost out big time there to these guys up ahead of him. He's got Archie now breathing down his neck as well. So Nick the Villa needs to get himself back in the zone and get going again here. A long way to go in the feature race here tonight. John Boy looking all over the back of Mike Gaming as we're coming down towards Spoon. Mike Gaming covers the inside line off. Can John Boy go around the outside here? Coming through Spoon. No gaps forming at the moment. Mike, massive slide. Oh, and John Boy nowhere to go. Contact between the 2 leaders there. And John Boy there off onto the grass. And Mike Gaming is slowing down and letting him catch back up again. And a good sportsmanship there from Mike. And I think those two keeping it nice in the chat. There's no dramas. It's like, yep, come on, mate. Let's carry on. Let's keep going. No dramas there between those two. John Boy might have a bit of damage on the front. I reckon Mike can have some rear damage there, which could cost them because Iceman is right there ready to pounce. And I tell you what, John Boy needs to finish ahead of Iceman here in this final race of the season if he is to take second in the championship. If Iceman finishes ahead of him, there's a chance that Iceman could bag the fastest lap and end up beating him in the championship. So it's all to play for here in this final race of the Clio Cup for season 13 and possibly ever. Oh, it's John Boy! John Boy gets it wrong coming through Deckman's side and he's in the wall! Oh no, John Boy's off and he's going to be losing absolutely hand over fist here to the leaders. He's come back on the track, he's 7 seconds off of the lead, and as he got damage on the car, potentially the damage could be even more debilitating than the actual time loss itself. He's down in 4th place. He's got Aussie, Park Hooper and Big Blue reeling him in, but the question is, has John Boy just thrown away second in the championship? Iceman is on the back of Mike here and trying to take the lead off of him here as we're coming round to complete lap 8 of the race. But John Boy down in 4th place, and that has gone absolutely horrifically there for our former champion of this Clio Cup. And he's lost out to Aussie as well, so Aussie moves himself through up into 4th place. I think that Iceman at this stage will take second in the championship. It all depends on fastest laps. I think John Boy might have got the 2 bonus points in the first race, so he will score fastest lap here for the first race. As it stands, I think that John Boy needs 3rd place here in this race. By my calculations, John Boy needs P3 to take the title. Or not the title, but 2nd place in the championship is what I mean. So that battle for 2nd in the championship between Iceman and John Boy is well and truly on. I reckon that if John Boy finishes in 3rd behind Iceman, as long as Iceman doesn't get the fastest lap, so John Boy could need Mike to do him a big favour here and back the fastest lap. But John Boy here looking on Aussie, trying to get himself back up into 4th, but Aussie's holding his ground at the moment then. Aussie cuts the chicane and Big Blue there, riding over the curb, on the grass, in the wall. Oh, he's all over the gaff there with Big Blue. And John Boy, what's happened to John Boy here? Was he lagging? He was lagging, yeah, he was lagging. Just thought for a second there he was disconnecting, but he was lagging. He's hanging in there for the time being. He's got damage on the front of the car as John Boy, but he's still managing to keep with Aussie and put him under some pressure here. As here we come down the start-finish straight. John Boy now making a move on Aussie Albie, pulling out to the inside here as we're coming over the line. But Aussie's got the straight line speed with John Boy's damage. It's a real struggle here for John Boy. He's going to have to send it on the brakes. That's going to be his best chance here of getting this 4th place done. Aussie's got the legs coming into turn 2, and here we go. Look at this. We've got Big Blue looking down the inside of John Boy into turn 2. Gets the move done. Easy pickings there for Big Blue with John Boy's damage. John Boy's got the space in the corner. He's got the pace in the corners, but he just doesn't seem to have it down the straights. And right now, this could be championship. This could be 2nd in the championship, slipping away here for John Boy. It hands the initiative to Iceman. If Iceman can get ahead of Mike, then that would definitely be giving Iceman an advantage. And he's got the move done, so Mike's got a big slide there coming through Spoon. And Iceman moves through up into the lead here, so that's now job done for Iceman. Mike Gaming needs to get on Iceman. John Boy's going to be willing Mike on to get back ahead of Iceman here. Iceman currently in a position where he will take 2nd in the championship as things stand. Mike there in the game chat there, just lamenting his concentration there, saying, come on, need to get it together. Mike Gaming would dearly love to win the final ever Clio Cup race. He's a 3-time champion of this Clio Cup division here at Motive, so can he go out on a high? He's obviously the champion of this season already. We knew that after last week. John Boy on the back of Big Blue and Aussie Albie. He's in this battle for 4th place. These guys 8 seconds behind 3rd place, which is what John Boy needs as a minimum if he is to take this 2nd in the championship. Nick Liver there in the game chat complaining about the sunshine through Degna 1, which is affecting his visibility. And we've had a retirement from the race. Somebody has left. I think it's Belito that we've lost there. As we can see, John Boy's got the move done on Big Blue coming up towards Spoon, so he's made a move nicely done there. Part Pooper was the driver who left, so we've lost Part Pooper here on lap 11. What a shame there. We see a flash to lights there from John Boy as he's trying to put Aussie off a little bit, coming over the line here to start lap 12. It's down towards turn 2 we come once again. And John Boy going to go for a cut back here on Aussie Albie, and he's executed that beautifully there. Aussie getting a bit of a tap there from Big Blue in the background there, but holding on to 4th place. 5th should I say. But John Boy up into 4th, can now try and chase down Charlie Goff. He's got 8 seconds up the road. He's got 14 laps to try and chase. Oh, Charlie, are you there? What on earth was that, sunshine? That. Well, hopefully we don't see anything like that again. Jesus Christ. It's the final race, I know, but come on, guys. John Boy in a game chat saying to Ozzy, you're going to have me before the end of the straight here, mate. Ozzy looking to the inside, and he was right. John Boy called this one as Ozzy there has got so much speed on him. I said before, John Boy's got the speed in the corners, but down the straight he's got nothing. Oh, as Ozzy loses it. Oh, and he tags Big Blue. Oh my goodness. Big Blue there spinning off into the barriers. Big damage there for Big Blue and Ozzy Albie. And then falling back into the clutches of Archie and Nick DeVilla. And Smokey's with them as well. So what a horror show there for Ozzy and Big Blue. Sorry, yeah, Ozzy and Big Blue there. Ozzy down to 10th place. John Boy now left by himself can now focus solely on what's in front of him and not worry about what's behind him anymore. As John Boy there, massive slide there as he got onto the curb coming through the chicane. He's got 9 seconds coming to overhaul. And Charlie Goff, I tell you what, Charlie's reeling in the 2 leaders here, Mike and Iceman. Mike has got back ahead of Iceman, which will be music to John Boy's ears. But I tell you what, if Charlie can get ahead of Iceman, that will give John Boy second in the championship position again. So it's chopping and changing right now. You just don't know how it's going to end up here. It's changing from one moment to the next. As we see Nick DeVilla arriving on the back of Big Blue and Smokey. Oh, Big Blue, what's happened? Has he binned it going into the pits? You think he might have done there. He's had to backtrack and come back in the pits. So Big Blue there coming in. Mike, Iceman and Charlie here. Still your 3 leaders, separated by just over a second right now. They are 11 seconds clear of John Boy. John Boy does not seem to have the pace at the moment to reel them in. Really struggling with his damage. Seen a lot of push through the chicane here. A lot of drivers are cutting the corner. Not what you want to be seeing at all. The championship's decided, but it's a bit ridiculous. Oh, Mike, wide, he's gone into the wall. Iceman's going to have a run on him around the outside, and Iceman's going to tuck it into the lead here. Nice move there from Iceman. Mike there getting well out of shape on the exit of Decker 2, and Iceman's gone straight on over the chicane. Oh, wow. Mike's going to have a run, but he's going to get there just a little bit too late coming down towards Spoon, and Iceman's going to keep onto the lead just about. But Mike getting with that mistake coming out of Decker 2. We have a new race leader here. As we're coming towards the end of lap 16, we've got 9 laps left to go here at Sakitto National for the final ever Clio Cup race here at Motive. Iceman and Mike tied at the hip here, 2 tenths apart as they're coming out onto the start finish straight. Mike going back into the slipstream here. John Boy making no impression whatsoever on these three leaders, Iceman, Mike and Charlie. Mike all over the back of Iceman, looking to the inside in towards 130R, but hasn't got enough of a run here. Iceman holding on for the time being as we come down towards turn 2. Mike having a little look to the inside, Charlie sliding around in the background, trying to keep these guys under pressure. Here we go then, Mike Gamer looking to the outside of Iceman, coming down towards Spoon. Iceman's got the inside covered off. Right over the grass a little bit there, but Mike's trying to keep it there. Iceman should have the inside and should have the move done coming out of Spoon. Tucks it back into the lead once again. Mike there onto the curb a little bit, it's got a good run. Should have a chance here, Mike Gaming, of making the move into 130 yard. Does Iceman defend the inside? No, he doesn't. Mike's going to go for that gap. Here we go, side by side. The inside's not where you want to be though. Iceman will get a nicer run. Mike's got to brake a little bit on the inside to avoid contact. Iceman keeping it there around the outside. Down towards turn 2 we go once again. Iceman and Mike here. Nothing between them. Charlie's there as well, waiting in the wings. They all get it nicely through turn 2. No dramas. Mike looking to the inside there of Iceman, but can't make it happen. Charlie almost pushing Mike there along as they came out of turn 3. Down towards the egg as they come once again. It's Iceman, Mike and Charlie. Half a second apart here. What a show these guys are putting on for the final Clio Cup race here at Motive. After the first race, with John Boy taking the win and the fastest lap, he gained 7 points on Iceman. That puts him 6 points ahead coming into this final race. As it stands, John Boy will score 36 points, Iceman will score 50, so Iceman would take second in the championship by 8 points. Iceman would come second. He'd take the championship. He'd take the second place in the championship by 3 points. Oh, it's Mike wide out of Spoon, and that releases Charlie up into P2, and Mike down to third place, over a second now behind the race leader. So Mike, he's got to get himself back in the game here. So John Boy, 6 points ahead of Iceman coming into this final race, but Iceman really does need something to go rather horribly for him to lose out on this second spot in the championship now. Here we come over the line to start lap 20. We've got 6 laps left to go here at Sakitto. You can see Mike almost pushing Charlie along here as we come down towards turn 1. Charlie's going to cover him off as they come through the corner. Goes a bit wide there as Charlie onto the curb, onto the runoff a little bit. Has the inside held on ahead of Mike at the moment, always pushing into the back of Iceman. As he's looking up the inside is Charlie here on Iceman. And he makes the move, Charlie Goff. Wow, oh, Iceman gets a tap there from Mike. Sliding around a little bit there. Mike's got to run. Tucks in behind him. I think Mike backed out of it there. Knew he'd pushed Iceman a bit and knew it would be cheap to get that manoeuvre done with that push to pass, and tucks in for the time being. But Iceman there losing out on the lead. Charlie Goff now trying to make a gap here. It's got over a second to these two. So Charlie Goff has come out of nowhere. Has seized this race by has grabbed it by the horns. And Iceman now coming under huge pressure from Mike Gaming as we're approaching the final few laps. If Mike Gaming were to get ahead of Iceman, that would give John Boy second in the championship. As it stands, That's excluding fastest lap, so if Iceman were to get the fastest lap, that would change. Here we go then, Charlie, Iceman and Mike coming into Degner 1 here for the 21st time in this race. We've got 4.5 laps left to go here at Sakitto for the final ever Clio Cup race here at Motive. It's still nip and tuck for the battle for second in the championship between Iceman and John Boy running in fourth. If Mike can get ahead of Iceman and finish in second, then Iceman will lose out on second in the championship to John Boy. But if he stays in the top 2 places right now, he will keep on to that second spot in the standings. Mike all over the back of him here as we come into Spoon. Mike Gaming, the champion already before this season. Charlie Goff has had a bit of an up and down kind of season, but he currently has P1 at the moment. As we come out of the last corner once again, as we've got 4 laps left to go here at Sakitto. Here we go then, Iceman looking to the outside. It's got a bit of a run here. He's getting pushed along a little bit. As now we go, you see Iceman going around the outside of turn 1. Goes very wide though, off onto the runoff area a little bit. Can Charlie come back in him here, coming down towards turn 2? Iceman having to take a tight line here, coming through turn 2. Goes a bit wide, but gets it stopped and is back up into the lead here. So Iceman takes P1 once again. Charlie and Mike still right there. 0.6 of a second separating the top 3 drivers here. John Boy well off at the back, running in 4th place, 10 seconds behind these guys at the moment. It's between these 3 for the race win. Oh, as Iceman goes deep into the chicane, but Mike gets it all wrong, and Charlie there. Oh no, sorry, Charlie gets it all wrong. Mike is going to try and swoop up the inside here of Charlie as we're coming down towards Spoon again. Mike going looking to the outside. Charlie has the inside line. Can Mike go all the way on the outside? No, he's going to look to try and get the cut back here because Charlie goes very deep, and that gives Mike Gaming P2. Mike Gaming tucks it in very nicely indeed there. But Iceman's still leading this race right now. 3 laps left to go here for the feature race here at Motive for the Clio Cup. Here we go. Iceman, as it stands, will take second in the championship. Mike Gaming, your champion already. The 3-time champion of the Clio Cup. John Boy, can he get second in the championship? He's got more damage on the car, and he's got Archie reeling him in as well. I tell you what, John Boy's really struggling at this point, and he's letting Archie go. He's given it up. He has given up the challenge here. That's going to be second place in the championship here for Iceman in only his 2nd season racing here on a Monday night in the Clio Cup. Unless he has an absolute horror show. Here we come then, the 3 leaders coming down towards Spoon once again. Mike Gaming always pushing Iceman there, coming through Spoon. Charlie looking all over the back of them as well. Mike goes wide there through Spoon. Charlie's looking up the inside, but Mike's going to get a decent enough exit out of the corner to get the run here, coming out to the start-finish straight. Here we come, over the line to start the penultimate lap of the race. Iceman was second in the championship within his grasp. Charlie Goff driving a cracker of a race here in this final race of the season. What a shame he doesn't do this more consistently, because on his day Charlie Goff is a real contender. Here we come through Degner 2, lap and a half left to go here. Mike almost pushing Iceman here as they come through the chicane. Oh, Iceman deep, very, very deep, but Mike can't get a cut back, nowhere to go. Can he get a bit of a run here? Actually, I'll tell you what, Mike's got a heck of a run here coming down towards Spoon. Looking down the inside, here he goes. Iceman going to go for the cutback here through Spoon, but he can't do it. Mike Gaming takes the lead here in the closing laps of this race. As we're about to start the final lap here, Mike Gaming, your Clio Cup champion for this season, the 3-time champion, hitting the front. As here we come, this is for all the marbles here at Sakitto tonight. And this is the final lap that we're ever going to have here at Motive for the Clio Cup on Project Cars 2. And it's your 3-time champion. One of 2 3-time champions here in the Clio Cup here at Motive over the seasons. Motoring Morgan being the other one. As Mike gets a bit of a tap there from Iceman. Goes wide onto the grass but keeps it pinned. As Iceman coming under increasing pressure now from Charlie Goff. But Iceman, as long as he finishes in the top 3 here, will be able to take second in the championship. Oh, Mike! Very close call there from Mike, but holds on to it. Can Charlie have a crack at Iceman in the final few corners of this lap? He's looking up the inside, coming into the left-hander before the chicane, but can't do it. Through the chicane we go. Does Iceman manage to nail it? No, he doesn't. He gets it all wrong. Charlie there gets the run and cuts the corner, but to be fair, was taking evasive action. Charlie there gets second place here, right at the end of this race. Can Iceman throw one into the Spoon curve? I don't think he can. And Charlie's done that one into second place. It's going to be Mike Gaming though, who's coming through Spoon. The champion of this season is going to come around the final corner, and it's going to be the victory for Mike Gaming. It's going to be 3 Clio Cup titles. We already knew that anyway, but he goes off on a high here for season 13. Mike Gaming, your race winner. Charlie Goff took second place in the end. Nabbed Iceman there on the last lap. Iceman takes third, but Iceman does get second in the championship because with John Boy down in 5th place, my calculations are correct, and I think they are, depending on fastest laps, because John Boy was 6 points ahead of Iceman coming into this race. Iceman finishes in 3rd, John Boy finishes in 5th, so 8-point gap, 40 points for 3rd, 32 points for 5th. So Iceman gains 8 points on John Boy. The only way that John Boy could have maybe taken this second in the championship is if he gets the fastest lap here in this one. If John Boy got the fastest lap in this race, he will get second in the championship. But that's the only way that he can get that second spot. Let's see as it rolls up now. No way! John Boy with the fastest lap of the race in this final race of the season. 15.5 for John Boy. That is the fastest lap of the race there. He did it early on before his damage. Those two are tied on points. They're tied on points. I think they're tied on points. Find out on the Discord server, guys. Wow. Wow is all I can say to that one. I think they're tied on points. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this season here for the Clio Cup, and all the drivers as well. Everybody who's competed in the Clios here at Motive and Project Cars 2 over the 13 seasons. A massive thank you to all of you. And yeah, join us next season for the GT5 or the G40 Genetics. I'm going to call them the G40 Super Cup. That's what that's what I'm going to call it. But yeah, that will be starting up next season on Monday night. So that will be replacing the Clios. Touring cars will be back as always this Thursday and next season as well. But yeah, guys, massive thank you to everybody. It's an emotional day for me with the Clio Cup signing off, possibly for the final time. But yeah, what a few seasons it's been. Congratulations to Mike Gaming on taking his 3rd championship this season. John Boy, obviously a former champion of the Clio Cup. But yeah, great stuff.